In this video I'm going to show you how to repair the blend door actuator out of a Saturn. First thing you need to do is get it out of the car. It's located on the passenger side of the vehicle up underneath the dash. So if you go to the footwell and you look up under the dash, you'll see the blower motor. It's kind of a black bubble underneath there, and there's a wiring harness on it. So if you grab that wiring harness and you trace it back, you'll see a couple smaller wires that come off. And if you trace those back, you will find this actuator box hooked up underneath the dash of the vehicle. And in order to get it out, you're going to have to remove either 2 or 3 5.5 millimeter screws. So grab a ratchet. I like to use a 1/4 inch ratchet with a 5.5 millimeter socket, and with a little bit of finesse you can actually get that out of there without too much difficulty. And then next, once you have it out, you want to grab a screwdriver and remove these 4 screws on the front side of this box. So I've got them pre-loosened in the interest of time, so we'll pull those out. Like so. And once those screws are out, the top cover comes off of the motor. You can see the guts in here. There's a couple gears and motor with the worm gear. The one that fails is this big white gear here, and so you want to remove the second medium-sized gear, set it to the side, and then rock this shaft out of its seat there, and you can see the gear on the metal shaft. These gears fail by cracking on the shaft, and then they basically just spin freely, and your motor spins the gear and nothing happens. So we want to take this gear off of the shaft just by pulling it off. It should be pretty easy if it's already failed. You can see this gear has already been glued once to try and fix the problem, and it then cracked through the glue. So we are going to discard that gear. And then the replacement gear that I provide has 2 sides to it. It has the side with a depression cut out, and then it has a solid side, unlike the factory gear. So in order to install this one, it is directional. Basically the cutout is going to ride downward on that little shelf here. So to get this installed in the correct orientation, we grab this replacement gear and we put the cutout side down towards the wider end of the shaft, slip it on there, and just press it on. It may take a little bit of force, but make sure it seats down to the bottom there. Next, you're going to grab a plastic safe lube. The one I like to use is Super Lube, synthetic grease with PTFE. The kit that I provide with the gear will include a little packet just like this one, so you won't have to worry about that. And basically just squeeze the packet, apply the lube all the way around this gear, make sure it's spread evenly all the way around, and then that's good. Then grab this shaft, put the tabbed end towards the motor, like so, and rock it into position. And then grab the other medium-sized gear, put the small gear down on this shaft, make sure it slips into mesh with that gear and seats down fully. Now it's reassembled. You can discard this old cracked gear. It's no longer useful. Go ahead and stick the cover back on. Sometimes it's a little tricky. Pop it into place and reinstall the 4 bolts on top of the cover, and you're good to go. And you can put it back in your car and enjoy having a properly working recirculation and fresh air button. Thanks.